Good afternoon. Meaningful collaboration in healthcare leadership. Leadership in healthcare has evolved from a paternalistic command and control style to one of collaboration that incorporates inclusion, mutual respect, and transparency. Throughout this video, Learning Team C will provide you with ways to provide meaningful collaboration within healthcare leadership. We will discuss transparency, staff development, and communication. Since communication is such a critical focus point, we will then delve into different tactics, such as knowing your audience, allowing space for feedback, and being a good listener. Let's get started. Transparency. In today's world, people would like to work for companies that possess certain attributes, such as inclusiveness, cohesiveness, good values, and transparency. Being transparent can change the culture in a company, which can increase its revenues and help it to grow. A power coaching consultant, Rhett Power, believes that transparency is necessary for businesses to thrive, satisfy its customers, and for the staff to trust the vision and mission of the organization. Here are some ways that Power believes that organizations can help build transparency in their business. Establishing core values. Don't make selling the goal, being an open book, responding in a timely manner, staying open to suggestions, and including suggestions for areas of improvement. So let's start with number one, establishing core values. Focus on how you want people to treat others and make it a significant part of your company. Encourage your staff to act with integrity and honor, but you also need consistency with those values for everything that you do, such as discipline or making new products or hiring new people. Number two, don't make selling the goal. While selling is important, it should not be the goal. Emphasize core values to your team members and let that be the standard goal. Number three, be an open book. There should not be any secrets about the business between yourself and your employees. Share everything you can with them and your investors so they are in one accord and that they trust you. Number four, respond in a timely manner to consumers' questions and answers. You should be available to your employees as well as your customers. When they comment on social media, respond to them within 1 day or very close to it with an honest and real response. Providing clear and honest answers to people's questions and complaints will go a long way. Number five, stay open to other suggestions. People will not always agree with your views, but do not shut down people who disagree with you by removing their comments from your social media. Your social media pages should be a thriving, welcoming community that helps you connect better with your customers. The more genuine connection there is with your customers, the more transparent your business will become. And lastly, number six, include suggestions for areas of improvement. When discussing underperforming areas in your company to employees, do not just say, fix it. Talk with them and find solutions to the problem. It will be more efficient in solving issues, but your employees will be happy to be included in the discussion. Having a transparent and authentic workplace means telling the truth and rewarding people in accordance with their contribution. Employees should feel comfortable expressing their minds, good or bad, and should be encouraged in keeping an open dialogue. More importantly, an authentic work environment should exemplify where the team dynamics reflect the sense of the brand. Transparency builds a trusting relationship and brings out people's creativity, commitment, and motivation to work. Second topic, placing a focus on staff development. The U.S. healthcare system is considered by many to be broken, fractured, and unsustainable. Yet there are examples of hospitals and health systems that are showing tremendous success in transforming their culture to provide efficient quality care and superior patient outcomes. The impetus for this is a collaborative leadership. By clarifying organizational needs and leadership challenges, and by developing capabilities with a collaborative mindset, healthcare clients can understand the interconnections between their business and leadership strategies. The type of collaborative leadership components described above have the power to transform healthcare organizations and networks, improving the system today and for the future. Just imagine how this might benefit patients, families, and caregivers. Most employee development plans list what they are working on for the business in the form of business goals. A personal development plan's goal is to cultivate those underlying skills and competencies necessary to execute on those business plans. This is foundational work and requires a bit more thinking. Now it's time to put it all together. Let's say that one of the organization's needs is to drive more intimacy with customers or patients. The healthcare worker's strengths and passions, along with the organization's needs, can help place focus on a meaningful development project. Once you learn their strengths, then discuss what they are passionate about. If they have energy around something, it will be easier to stick with it all year. For example, your employee is passionate about connecting more with patients. Their strengths are strong communication and presentation skills, as well as a natural creativity and drive for innovative solutions. The result will not only be helpful to the healthcare leadership team, but will encourage the employee to develop a new and creative program. It can be a tremendous growth opportunity for the employee. Communication tactics and development. So communication is a huge part of providing meaningful collaboration within the healthcare team. Let's discuss some helpful tactics that will help aid in developing your communication skills in this setting. Number one, knowing your audience, knowing who you are speaking to. When communicating with people from your business, it is important to know who you are talking to and those people are your audience. When communicating, you must be clear so your audience can understand your communication. Make the information relevant. You will want to hold the attention of your audience. Make sure when you are speaking, you know the topic of the meeting. Many people are busy and they want you to get to the point quickly and make it meaningful. When speaking at a business, don't assume that your customers and potential customers are the only audience for your business. Although most of your communications will be directed at these people, there are others you will communicate with as well. Be sure the tone of your voice is conducive for the meeting. When speaking, you can give emphasis on points that you want to make. Watch your facial expression. Again, tone can change an audience back to the conversation. Interacting with an audience can elicit responses during the conversation. Being productive and covering the information needed in a timely manner can only enhance the communication process. It is important to know what the audience needs and wishes to gain from your communications. When you have time, talk to the audience individually and find out what their goals are from your communication. To ensure successful written communication, first think about the people who will read it. By putting yourself in their shoes, you will gain insight to what they want to know and how they want to be addressed. Creating space for feedback and conversation. Any great leader will understand what it means to lead and what a team needs in order to be led. Of course, every organization will need a certain kind of leader and will require different things to run the organization successfully. One thing that is vital to an organization is to create space for your employees or your team to give feedback. Feedback is defined as a dynamic communication process occurring between two individuals that convey information regarding the receiver's performance in the accomplishment of work-related tasks. Show your employees that they are free to come to you as a leader with feedback about the organization, either a better way or things that are not working, etc. This will not only allow your employees or your team to give back feedback, but provide a great leader the opportunity to genuinely listen, dialogue, and act on some of the issues. One mistake many leaders do is put a suggestion box, but don't actually address any of the suggestions. This makes the employees feel unappreciated and unheard. A great way to do this is to put away some time for employees to come and give feedback. Or tell the employees if they have any feedback to let you know and you will find the time. But the key to this is to actually do it. If an employee feels unheard or unappreciated, they will more than likely leave the job or not work efficiently. It is very important for a great leader to create space for feedback and conversations in the organization in order to create a better organization. Being a good listener and taking input and feedback from others. Healthcare is a growing organization, and at times it can be complex. When leading in healthcare, it is essential that we learn to be good listeners and we can take input and feedback from others in order to promote a more meaningful collaboration. Let's speak upon meaningful collaborations and what the 4 essential elements are. Encouraging different voices. Number 1. In many meetings, the loudest voices tend to dominate. That can create a feeling among team members like they don't matter. And it's just a handful of influential people who are really in charge. Even if you must get creative about inviting diverse input, make sure that you find a way to have as many people as possible speak up about what they think the best course of action should be. Number 2, they focus on the team member's strengths. Playing to the strengths of the team members help prevent tension from forming inside the ranks of the group. It also helps maintain a positive momentum, as everyone feels like they have something valuable to contribute, and you're not only inviting trouble by forcing people too far outside their comfort zones. Being flexible. Leaders are flexible and responsive, but not reactionary. Being open to changing direction is an essential part of sustaining engagement among team members. Respond to problems and issues, but don't commit to wild changes in strategy because you've hit a bump along the road. You want to keep everyone on board, not make them feel like the ship is sinking. And lastly, focus on the present. This is particularly important when projects get off track. Hold a meeting on what can be done immediately to help steer things back to the right path. This creates the kind of clarity you need to sell team members on the long-term plan, which in turn makes everyone want to do their part to right the ship. When we look at that 3rd bullet point regarding flexibility, it mentions how leaders are to be open to changing direction, which is an essential part of sustaining engagement among team members. Becoming an effective communicator is a dynamic process and lifetime pursuit. There is much, much more to active listening and to many other skills that will help you provide excellent care to potential customers and communicate effectively with your team members. Active listening builds strong relationship skills, and while it may not come naturally to many of us, it is an invaluable communication skill. Becoming an excellent listener will take determination and practice, and it will be well worth it in both your professional and personal lives. Being open to new ideas, or even if someone offers a solution to a problem, is how leaders should effectively collaborate with others around them. Whenever we are working in a group, there is always room for feedback, whether positive or negative. When it is negative, we must then think back on where we went wrong and fix the mistake. This is what we call failing forward. Failing forward is simply fixing the issue so we are not doomed to make the same mistake again. Throughout this video, we have discussed many important ways to provide a sense of meaningful collaboration with the healthcare team as a leader. We hope you enjoyed them. Please feel free to leave us any comments, questions, or suggestions. Thank you.